Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you this beautiful bridal transformation, so let's go ahead and get started. First I'm going to prep my bride's skin by using the Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer by First Aid Beauty, and I'm just going to smooth that all over her skin. To prime her skin for foundation, I'm going to use Smashbox's Photo Finish Primer Water and just spray that up and down her entire face. To even out her complexion and smooth out her face for the rest of her makeup, I'm going to go in with L'Oreal's Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 104 and a beauty blender and just blend that all over her face. To shape and fill in her brows, I'm going to use Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade in Ash Brown. And I'm just going back and forth between adding color and brushing it through with the spoolie to make the brows look as natural as possible. Now to conceal and brighten her under eyes, I'm going to go in with Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer in shade 20 Sand. And I'm going to put that underneath her eyes, on her eyelids, and also use it to carve out her brow. And then I'm just going to blend everything together using the Beauty Blender to make everything seamless. To set all the creams, I'm going to be using Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder by IT Cosmetics. And first I'm going to use a flat top angled miniature kabuki brush to set her eyelids and her under eyes. And then I'm going to go in with a bigger fluffy brush to set the rest of her face. To give some slight dimension to her face, I'm going to go in with Too Faced's Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer, and I'm just going to place that in the contours of her face, along her temples and her jawline, but I'm not going to do an extreme contour. Then I'm going to go in with the Sun Bunny Bronzer from the Bronzer Book by Too Faced, and I'm going to put that on the higher points of her face just to warm everything up. To bring some life back into her skin, I'm going to go in with NYX's Peach Blush, and I'm going to put that on the apples of her cheeks and up towards her hairline. To give her that beautiful glowing bride look, I'm going to go in with Gilded Honey by Laura Geller, and I'm going to place that along her cheekbones, right above her brow, and on the tip of her nose. Now onto the eyes. I'm using the entire Naked Basics 2 palette for her whole look. First I'm going in with the two middle shades, which are kind of the medium shade range in there, and I'm just going to place that directly into her crease and blend it up. Now with the cream shade in the palette and a fluffy brush, I'm going to use that to diffuse the color towards her brow bone. I didn't get a product shot of this next one, but I'm using the darkest color in the palette, which is a deep gray, and I'm just placing that directly in her outer V. Now I'm using Stila's Kitten Shadow all over her lid and in her inner corner just to brighten things up. To give her lashes a fuller look, I'm going to use this NYX black eyeliner and tightline her eyes. Now I'm going to mimic what we did on the upper lid to the lower lash line. So first I'm going in with the two medium shades and smoking out her entire lash line with that. Then with the darker gray, I'm going to take that right in the outer corner of her lower lash line and blend it into the upper lid. Now for mascara, I'm using CoverGirl's Lash Flash and Clump Crusher, of course the waterproof version for Bride on her wedding day. And I'm just going to apply a light coat of mascara because we're going to add falsies later. For falsies, I used Ardell's Demi 120s and I made sure that I cut them and trimmed them so that they would fit the shape of her eye perfectly. And for glue, I just used the Revlon eyelash glue. And you can see here when she opens her eyes that the lashes really just bring everything together. Now for her lips, I'm going to mix 2 shades of Stila's Stay All Day liquid lipstick, Patina and Rosa, and this is the perfect formula for a bride on her wedding day because she can kiss her husband-to-be as many times as she wants and it won't go anywhere. Now to ensure that her makeup lasts throughout the night, I'm going to set it with Urban Decay's All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video and it was helpful to all my soon-to-be brides. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.
I was about to cry in the middle, but I had to stop myself. That would have been not okay.